Well, big sporting events such as the World Cup or the Olympics are always good for businesses of various sorts and could amount to a significantly positive economic impact. And a boost in the economy is just what this country is looking for at this time, as it feels the effects of sluggish consumption in the wake of April's ferry tragedy. Let's take a closer look at the correlation between global sporting events and the economy. Dr. Byoung-joo joins me live in the studio. Dr. Kim, World Cup it is.
That's right.
Now,
must be very excited.
Right. This is a time when not only myself, but businesses ranging from advertisers to sporting goods manufacturers really roll up their sleeves to compete for that more market share and sales. But the general consensus seems to be that the World Cup for their corporate businesses are a bigger market than Olympics even.
Actually, that's what Wall Street Journal said back in year 2012 after the London Olympic Games. And ever since that seems to be the common knowledge in the world of sports and business here. And indeed, World Cup Soccer Games, this is a huge, big money party because first of all, there are several points we can cover here. But first of all, let's start with the official World Cup Games sponsors. There are only 6 corporations around the world that has that title, which includes Hyundai Kia Motor Group here, representing the automobile industry. And additional ones, Adidas for sporting goods, Coca-Cola, Emirates Airlines, and the Visa Card, and Sony. So those 6 companies together, every year, together they have to pay FIFA, the association that manages the World Cup Soccer Games, as much as $370 million.
Every year.
Every year.
Not just on the years of the World Cup, but every single year.
Exactly. That's what's happening. And the thing is, they're saying this may be actually worth it for those companies, and they're eager to join as the World Cup official partnership companies, because Adidas, for instance, they saw their sales here in Korea doubling after 2006 German World Cup Soccer Games as the official partnership company. So indeed, there seems to be a big impact for this so-called prestige as being called as the prestige for being called as the World Cup partners. And there are also the companies called sponsors for specific sets of games. So for instance, Brazil soccer game, World Cup soccer games. This time there are specific sponsors for this, which includes this time 8 companies, which includes McDonald's, Johnson & Johnson, Budweiser, and others here. So there are different groups of companies that are supporting here. And they're saying altogether, in addition also, the national supporters for the hosting country. So together there are like 22 companies that are joining for this particular Olympic, the World Cup Soccer Games this time. And they're saying they are paying the FIFA about like $1.6 billion US. And additionally also, there are sponsoring the companies that are sponsoring specific national teams. And Nike is the one, Adidas is joined in as the official partnership company. So they feel kind of left out. So they're supporting other national teams, including Korea. And they're doing big time in terms of their marketing efforts to take advantage of this great advantage. So this is a party for corporate world, as opposed to they're saying the Olympic Games is party for the athletes.
Right. Well, definitely a time for them to show their presence, as many eyes, many eyes all across the globe will be on the Brazil World Cup for the next month or so. So we know that Korean companies are also working to get the best out of the World Cup Games. And for instance, Hyundai Kia, they're saying that they're expecting maximum 30 trillion won. That's nearly $30 billion US from marketing efforts this time.
I thought the number was very big, but that's what they're saying in consensus. By joining as the official partnership corporation for World Cup Soccer Games, they're saying for particularly this year, this game, Hyundai Kia Motor Group is expecting about 30 trillion won, as you said, as additional gains as a result of this investment, so-called. The thing is, Hyundai Kia Motor Group has maintained this title as the partner company for the partner corporation for World Cup Games ever since 1999, and they have just extended their status until up to the year 2022. So it's a long future ahead. So they're doing all they can in terms of getting the best out of and this sponsorship or their support for the soccer games. Of course, other companies such as Samsung Electronics, LG Electronics, they're doing all they can without the official status as the sponsoring company. So in Korea, it's an exciting time for corporate world, at least on their part.
Well, we Koreans are known for our, big-time, die-hard fans for the Korean national football team. We'll all be in red, a sea of red next week. But this time around, the World Cup fever isn't as prominent as the previous ones because of various things, including the ferry disaster.
Indeed. Actually, Korean corporate world was expecting or hoping that the situation would get better somehow, but looks like it's not really. And as you said, national mourning still continues about Seoul ferry disaster here. And in addition, also another barrier is the time difference. Night owl like yourself could actually stay up. I don't know, until late night. But the thing is, for this Brazil soccer games, this is early in the morning, so it's for early birds like me, elderly citizens who can get up early in the morning. They can do it. But young people who can be night owls, who can stay up until late, but not all the way until the very early morning. It's very difficult. And soccer game fans, they're young people. So
plus, they have to go to work right afterwards.
Exactly.
So no beer and no chicken.
Exactly. So they're planning different kind of things. Young people, they're saying, well, we'll just have to stay up whole night and watch the game in the morning and then go to work. That's going to be very tough. So that's going to be another barrier against making this particular soccer game this time like a feast that we have seen before.
Well, we'll see definitely a lot of sleepyheads in the office around for the next month or so.
We'll check it out. Yeah.
Right. But those Koreans visiting Brazil, they have been talking about what's called a Brazil cost. What is this?
This is a concern because, the Koreans are saying now, those people who are there, they are saying the overall infrastructure, physical infrastructure, plus administrative infrastructure. For instance, the system of letting the, visitors, foreign visitors in at the airport and so on, and public transportation, they seem to be running into a lot of difficulties here. So they're talking a lot about this lack of, if you will, preparation in Brazil at this point. So we'll wait and see, how many more stories are being told. But at this point, looks like Koreans who seem to have a high expectation about the hosting company are saying some, to say the least, negative words.
Right, and also there is a big traveling distance between the three stadiums that Korean players will be playing, so that will be another problem. All right, well, we'll have a great week of World Cup next week and the week afterwards, but we'll be speaking with you on business next week. Thank you.
All right, thanks.